Hi fam and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing a bookish game, and if you came here for other content which I promised you a while back, I'm sorry, but I have been going through some deadly migraines and I just popped a pill right now, which is why I'm like doing sort of okay in this light and all of that sort of stuff, but my brain is still a little like fuzzy, which is why I don't know why I'm going to play this game now, because let me explain it to you. Okay, so essentially what this game is that I have to answer, not have to answer, I have to mention 25 books in 2 minutes. And if you may be thinking, Smriti, that sounds easy, it's not, okay? Because essentially there will be 5 prompts and I'll have to mention 5 books each within those prompts. And these are prompts which I have never seen before. Okay, so it is, I'm scared because I don't know. Are you like a I'm a split second panicker, if that makes sense? Like things when it's thrown at you for like 1 second, I'm just like I don't, you know. But then I'm fine. But at that point in time, I'm just like, whoa, I don't want this. Anyway, so we are going to do this. As you can see, I am nervous. But this was I first saw this on Book Break's channel. And Emma played this game, and essentially I'm gonna count the amount of books that I get out of 25, because I don't think I will be able to mention all 25 books. But yeah, anyway, I will try to count them, and then in the end I will talk about some of them. Emma talked about just 5, but I will be talking about more, I think, because that's just the sort of person I am. Anyway, yeah, let's move on. I have not seen the prompts, but they're here on my phone, and I have the timer thingy here. So I'm just gonna like do this and like start the timer. Okay. All right. Are we ready? I'm not ready. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. 5 books by Indian authors. Oh, okay. Simple-ish. A Superboy, Vikram Seth. Sacred Games. Chosen Spirits. Undertow. Half the Night is Gone. Okay. Multiple 5 books with multiple POVs. Multiple POVs. Oh, the book that I'm reading right now. Spoiler alert. Uh, Young adult books, maybe. Shit. Okay. Young adult books. Let me think. Uh, All the Bright Places. Okay. All the Bright Places. Then there is fantasy. City of Brass. By S.A. Chakraborty. Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. And I don't know anymore right now. I can't like. Okay. Green covers. City of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Age of Frenzy by Mahabaleshwar Sell. I don't know. Next. With 2 words in the title. 2 words in the title. God damn it. I don't know. All set on one day. Okay. Untouchables by whoever. Mulk Raj Anand. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Okay, green covers. No, I already did green covers. 2 word titles. 2 word titles. The I don't know. Oh my god. Why am I so dumb? Homegoing is 1 word. Felix Ever After 3 words. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? 2. Cool. Now let me tabulate how many books I got and then talk about them. Hi, hello, I am back. I tabulated. Who's we? I tabulated. And the total count was 15 on 25. That's not that bad. I thought I had done, actually I thought I had done much better. And then 15 was, it was alright. It's fine. I will live with it. It's cool. All right. Um, what did you think I would get? That's a fun question. Anyway, point is, I'm going to now talk about some of the books because I want to recommend them to you, or just generally talk about it because I think they need to be talked about. Okay, and the first book is this big fat chunker called A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth, and this book I actually read in August this year, and I have a really long vlog where I talk about my experience and my thoughts, which are spoiler free, and there is one chunk which is just spoiler filled thoughts, which I put like clear warnings for. So you can watch that if you want. I think it's really fun. This book is high on like publicity right now because it was just made into a Netflix series by Mira Nair and like a bunch of really cool people. And people like it, they don't like it, I don't know, but I loved this book. I gave this 5 on 5, one of my best books of this year. Vikram Seth just writes so well, so brilliantly. And This book is essentially about the newly independent India after the British colonization and rule for 200, 300 years. And it talks about this one fictional town called Brahmapur and a bunch of families, but it starts off with one family, and this one matriarch trying to find her daughter a suitable boy for marriage. And then we go through and find out about various different people's lives, and it's really cool and really interesting. And this whole ginormous chunk of a book is only 1 year in their lives, but it is so good. Honestly, trust me, it takes some time, but you fully get immersed in their lives and it feels so real. And they discuss a lot of stuff as well, like a lot of different points and like things. So I just like it, and it's a big book, but still. But talking about other big books, there is Sacred Games, which I don't know where it is, but Sacred Games by Vikram Chandra, which is why I got Vikram, get it? But Sacred Games is a thriller mystery sort of thing, which is set in Bombay, and it's also made into a Netflix film, not Netflix film, Netflix series, which is also very good. I watched that one, so I know about that one. But the book basically follows, you get two different characters, multiple POVs, okay, of one who's this cop, and the other one who's this gangster, and you go back and forth towards time. But essentially, the gangster gets in touch with this cop and says that your city is going to burn, and you should save it. And then he kind of tells him about his story and how he came to be who he was, but also at the same point of time, the cop is trying to figure out what exactly is happening and what is this conspiracy. And it's just really intense, and it's really long. Again, it's a bit, again, like some like 900-ish pages, but it is so good. It is not the most fast, I mean, like, it's weird because it's like fast paced but also slow paced, if that makes any sense. And there are these vignettes in between, which seem like these arbitrary weird sort of stories, but they're actually, in the end, you see them all come together. And it's so good. I absolutely love the way Vikram Chandra has researched this book. He spent 7 years talking to like the underworld in Bombay and all of that to get research and get actual stories. And I will link a video that of a interview with him and Rohan Joshi, who is this famous Indian comedian, which I did when I was working with Books on Toast, which is so good. He's amazing. Check it out. I've also, by the way, if you want more Indian books, I've made an entire like video on like I think 15 Indian books you should read or something like that. And I will link that up and down as well for you to check out. But the next book that I have talked about, God knows how many times, is Chosen Spirits by Samit Basu, and this is a dystopian novel set in 2030s in India, wherein our cultural, I won't say cultural, our political shit and our technology has gone a little more extra, and then it just tells you about a life of two people trying to navigate that world. and it's very interesting, and I've spoken about it at length. And I actually have also interviewed the author on Instagram though, so I will link that interview down below as well. It is super fun and really cool, so check that one out. Sant Basu, highly recommended. Um, then there's Undertow by Janvi Barua. And the reason I remembered this was because they were for the same prize. They were nominated for the same prize. So I remembered this one. So clearly it is something that has stuck with me. I have also spoken about this in one of my wrap-ups. So I will link that. But this is about families kind of coming together after basically the granddaughter meets the grandfather, and because the mother was estranged from the family, and so basically them coming together. And I don't want to really give too many spoilers about it, but that's basically what this book is about. It's really lovely, really nice. I love the way Janvi Barua writes in terms of like bringing the place to life. And yeah, that's something that I really appreciated about this one. So there's this. And then going from that thought process about that certain prize, which is a JCB prize, I thought of one of my favorite authors, if not my favorite book, which is Amitabh Bakchi's. And look at this beautiful book, which is Half the Night Is Gone by Amitabh Bakchi. This is an interesting book. It was nominated for the first ever JCB prize, and I honestly was like, I got to know the author during that time, and he is so cool. His wife is so cool. I love them. She's also an author, Ratika Kapoor. Check out her books as well. But essentially, this book is about a man who much later in life is writing letters and asking forgiveness, but he's also showing you parts of his story that he's written, like a novel that he's written or something like that. It's been a while since I've read it, but it's essentially, if you like stories which are like historical fiction-ish, and which kind of discover or kind of talk about father-son sort of relationships, or like familial ties, then this book is for you. And I will link the description of this book down below because I don't feel like I'm doing it justice. But this book is really good. I really liked it, and you should check it out. Another Indian book that I really want to talk about, which I mentioned, is Age of Frenzy by Mahabaleshwar Sel. And this is a translated book from Konkani to English, and this is set in, like, I think the 1510s. Okay, and this is when the Portuguese have first come to India, and they first came to India to Goa, and Konkani is language in Goa. But essentially this book talks about this one village, and how people have come to try to convert a lot of them from like Hinduism to the Catholic faith. But at the same point of time, it talks a lot about faith, it talks a lot about people in general, and it's a very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very interesting book because this is some part of history that I didn't know of at that point of time, because I knew that the Portuguese came to Goa, but I didn't know about like them trying to convert and what that might be like. And also at the same point of time, you have to understand that the Inquisition was happening, the Spanish Inquisition, where people were kind of like, they were being a little bit of assholes with regards to like, are you Catholic enough, and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, just a bunch of this stuff is happening, and I don't know how to explain this, but that's basically what this book is about. It's about a village, and them having to deal with these people who have come and trying to convert their faith, but also trying to take over their land and all of that sort of stuff. So it's very good. It is not a character-based book, which was one of my drawbacks. It is a very like plot-based, overall macro perspective on things. So keep that in mind, because yeah, if that's something that troubles you, I guess, then keep that in mind. But read it; it's really cool. I mentioned Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri as a green cover, and you can see over here it is green. However, I don't know where my copy is right now, so I found this instead, which is Unaccustomed Earth by Jhumpa Lahiri, which is one of my favorites. And this is a collection of short stories by her. And yeah, I love her. She writes so freaking well. She's stunning. I can't believe her short story collections are so poignant and beautiful, and they just take my breath away with the things that she's trying to say, the things that she tries to tackle in terms of the topics, but also in the way that she writes her characters, and just the beautiful writing. This is all like, it's like 10 on 10, 10 on 10, 10 on 10 all throughout. I definitely recommend people to check out Unaccustomed Earth. Lowland is one of her novels which I liked, but I didn't like as much as Unaccustomed Earth. So there's that. But Lowland is basically talks about the Naxal movement, which happened in Calcutta in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about like a child trying to figure out who his father was, because his father died before he was born. So stuff like that. You will see. Read the books, they're great. And then I do want to mention the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I am not much of a sci-fi fantasy reader, but this book just like, holy shit, it took me by storm. It is insane. I can't even explain it, but it is really good. It is a Nebula Award, Hugo Award winning book, and it won. N.K. Jemisin won this award in 2016. The next book won it in 2017, and the next book won it in 2018. So she is like insane. She's super cool. And this book completely blew me away. But essentially, we are in a land which is essentially where there's something called the 5th season that happens, which is where the earth goes through this major earthquake, and like it splits into two, and like there's this other season that sort of happens where it's kind of like an apocalypse that sort of happens, sort of, and then you follow this one girl, this one lady who's like in her 40s, trying to deal with it. And there are various things that happen in this book, y'all. There's various things, but I will just link you to the description of the book, because I don't know, I don't think I will do it justice in explaining it to you, but it is really good. It is so good. So please check it out, because it's really good. And that are all the books that I wanted to talk to you about in this video. I will be back on Monday perhaps with some really fun videos, like come shopping with me in Delhi, or like a anti-TBR tag, and like a bunch of other things which I've been planning, but headache. So I'm gonna now edit this and then put it up, and then I will chat with you in the comments. Yeah, okay. Bye.